Such a Mercury retrograde. So some fun facts for you. I had to. I had just completed a reading for someone on video, and I had to upload this second part of it 3 times to get it to load because the first time the sound disappeared halfway through the thing. The second time I uploaded it, it was the wrong video. It was a duplicate of the first. And hopefully the third time is the charm. We've got the right one up. Then, as if it couldn't get any better, I started to do a live stream talking about the full moon that we're under coming up right now at 0 Libra. And it was a great video. Live stream. Perfect. There was only one problem. It was on the wrong account. So deleted that, went back into the proper account, started to do a second live stream. Got about 10 seconds into it, said, oh, wait, oh, no, this is wrong. And I had to delete that. So now we're on attempt number 3 for this live stream video about the full moon under a Mercury retrograde. Woohoo! So this particular full moon is at 0 Libra, which puts it on the Aries point. The Aries point is 0 degrees Aries. And it's an equinox point. It's typically in astrology, sometimes, not always, but sometimes we'll often see this when there are very public events happening. So with this 0 Libra sitting on that Aries point, we should expect some significant stuff happening under this particular full moon. Now, the challenge, of course, here is that define significant, right? Because in terms of mundane worldly events, significant things are happening all the time. So, and in our personal lives, often significant things happen, depending on what's going on as far as transits to our individual charts. However, with this particular 0 Libra on the Aries point degree full moon, there may be some matters of portent that are very public events that will come to high visibility. Now, with that said, we are still under the Mercury retrograde in the last sign of the zodiac, which started this retrograde in the last degree of the last sign of the zodiac. And it is about to go direct, conjunct Neptune, which is its ruler. So have no fear, it's not that awful. Now, for those of you who have managed to survive Mercury retrograde, as best you can so far, it's been quite the experience, right? Especially where Mercury ruled things are concerned, documents, schedules, communications, agreements, contracts, travel plans, all the little minutia of life that keeps things running smoothly. But otherwise, it's not been so awful, I'm hoping, for some of you. And we are almost out of the woods. April will be a little bit more challenging in other ways. So we will look back at this time very fondly and say those were the good days. Now, this full moon and this particular month with its Piscean, Neptunian stuff, there's some important stuff here I want you guys to consider. So for those of you who've watched the last video, you know that this month is a time of high magic. So we have to be very, very careful what we're getting involved in. Because just like the teenager who just got their driver's license and is now getting into a racing vehicle, a Formula One racing vehicle, you may know the mechanics of driving, but actually controlling that kind of high power vehicle, not the same thing, totally not the same thing, and requiring a lot more skills and experience and control than you're necessarily going to have at your level of development. So this is not actually a good time. In spite of the fact that it is a time of high magic, this is not a good time to get involved in magical practices, a la our story of Aleister Crowley. But we can still ride this wave and use it for beneficial things. Right now, as we're moving into this full moon, this is a very, very good time to start fresh. So as we're coming close to the Mercury station going direct, okay, conjunct Neptune, remember it's a very powerful Neptunian month. And we've got this full moon in Aries, or Libra, Mercury retrograde, in full moon in Libra on the Aries point, we can use this to our benefit and certainly for the benefit of the people around us. So one of the things I'd like you to do during the 72 hours of this full moon, as we're coming into the full moon and it peaks and we're coming out of it, find time in your routines. And it doesn't matter if it's 60 seconds or it's 60 minutes. Literally 3 or 4 minutes here and there is a lot. And I want you to focus on best possible outcomes. Okay, literally best possible outcomes for your life. And when you do that, I want you to focus on it. I want you to visualize it. And I want you to get into your feelings about this. So I want you to imagine the best possible outcome and what it would feel like, what you would feel like, how you would feel if the best possible outcome was realized for you in given situations. And I want you to hold that feeling, and I want you to keep visualizing this best possible outcome for yourself with that feeling. And when you can't hold it any longer, then you let it go and go back about your business. Okay? What we're going to do is we're going to put this feeling out there to try to attract these circumstances to ourselves. And here's the most important thing. We have to be flexible enough to allow the universe to give us what we need in designs or packages that may be different from what our limited imagination is telling us it should be. So when you put this out there, be flexible enough to allow the universe to give you what you want, maybe in a package you weren't expecting. Because what we think we want in the way we want it is not always the best possible way we can have those things. The universe always knows better. So make sure you leave a window open for the universe to bring you what you are needing for the best possible outcome or something better. All right? And remember that right now with this particular full moon under this particular very Neptunian month, as backwards as everything seems, in a lot of ways, there's a lot of divine timing going on, and we're all literally in right place, right time for things to happen the way they need to, even if it doesn't seem like that. So, with that said, I want to read you something about this particular full moon at 0 Libra, and we're going to end the video here. So these are not Sabian symbols. These are Chandra symbols, and these have all been channeled. I'm not completely sure where it's been channeled from, but these are great interpretations of the degrees. So the degree of Virgo 30 or 0 Libra, and if you've been taking classes with me, you understand that they're the same thing and you understand why. The Chandra symbol for this is super sensible beings manifesting through geometric forms. Please note that the original Chandra symbol was worded supernatural beings appearing as geometric forms. John Sandbach agrees that this current wording is a clearer rendition of what was intended. Sacred geometry inscribes the pattern of the world going through its great shifts, its quantum leaps. If you learn to stand back and be within the greater archetypal motions, you find yourself being placed in a perfect strategic positions, in exquisitely rightful initiations and assignments. The transparency of things is superlative to behold. You are called to serve the highest, to respect and honor all manifestations, to be there for everybody. Interior steadfastness and implacability, knowing the law, the code, the way. Magnificent in applying vaster awareness to life's particular detailed variations on the theme of how everything fits together perfectly and is woven by divine design. The fine-tuned sensibility of the master craftsman, particularly adept in staying modest, unadorned, and straight on. It is the exemplar of the way it's done, when you know who you are and how things are around here, and when you see it coming through in every jeweled detail, with little lost in the translation. That's your Chandra symbol for this full moon. So as you visualize best possible outcomes, as you visualize fresh starts, as you visualize and create new realities moving forward into the future. Do it and operate from a place of complete faith that everything is where it's supposed to be right now, literally. And that there is a lot of divine design, even in what appears to be the biggest, most ridiculous errors and messes right now. It's all part of a bigger plan. And know that the best possible outcome, the one you're thinking or the one the universe is going to give you that's even better, is going to happen. Because you are meant to be here. And you are meant to do things. The universe needs you for very, very special things. You're part of a much more intricate, bigger design. Because you matter. So, get to visualizing, folks. Talk to you soon.